Sorry, no one here.
Gio, just curious how your back felt throughout that game and how it feels now, coming off of a win, maybe a little bit different.
My back feels all right. It feels better now. But, just throughout the week, our trainers were amazing. This really helped me throughout the week. I was with them probably like 5 to 6 hours a day. And, throughout the week, it started feeling good, and Coach decided that it was going to be okay for me to play.
David, I'm looking at, how would you guys describe the right here? How would you guys describe the mood of the team coming off of Monday nights, and what were you guys feeling coming into tonight?
I feel like the mood was, down. Of course, we didn't play our best ball at all. We weren't even, we didn't play anything to what we should have. So, this week it was good to have a short week almost. Usually you want to have a full week of recovery, but I think for us it was a positive to have a short week and, get that taste out of our mouth. We still didn't play our best ball at all. We can play a lot better, but just overall to get a win, it felt good.
Gavin, what were some of the points of emphasis defensively that you guys did not do well the other night that you had to do differently and better tonight? What was that teaching like in such a short period of time of the turnaround?
I feel like after we broke down the film and we just looked at the situational side of the football game, it was a whole bunch of situations where we just didn't compete as good as we could. We got to be better fundamentally, of course, and then just tackling, and that was really the emphasis throughout the whole week was just lock in on the fundamentals. We got to make tackles and just play our game. Like we don't got to go above and beyond. We just got to do what we do.
If I could ask a quick follow-up, you said competing. Was that something they coached as well, coaching more?
Yes, 100%. Throughout all the drills and practice, like the indie drills, there was a whole bunch more competing, just flying around to the ball and the emphasis on 11 hats to the ball, just flying around.
I have a question for Gio. So Gio, how comfortable were you out there compared to on Monday? And then also, how much does having the running game help you kind of, be more comfortable and make the right decisions and everything like that?
Just for me, I don't feel like it was maybe a comfort standpoint. I feel like it was more just, getting out there and playing. I think we all played it way better today than we did, Monday. But overall, I just think it was good for us to get a win.
Adam Smith with Inside Carolina. Gio, were you able to practice fully this week?
I was able to practice, yes, sir.
And how did the weather affect you guys early on? Obviously, you couldn't get out there and warm up at the normal time. Like, what was going on? What were you guys trying to do to, I guess, stay locked in? And, obviously it didn't affect you too much because you came out and scored in 3 plays. Like, it sort of takes through the pregame weirdness.
For us, you would think that would be a negative, but I think it was a positive for us. We were just all sitting in the locker room. It was there's a lot of chatter, a lot of positive chatter. Just want to go out there and start fast and play a good game for us, a tough, smart, dependable game. And our trainers and our strength staff did a great job making sure we didn't get stiff or not warm during the delay.
This could be for either of you guys. David Hill with ESPN. I guess a sort of historic moment in a first college win for Bill Belichick. One, what's it like for you guys to be a part of this? And two, did you actually see any real emotion from him after the game, or was he just same guy we always see him?
Nah, for Bill, this is just a small step of the way, building on this season that we are doing. This is the first win for him, first win for us as a team, but we know that there's still a lot of growing to do. We still got a whole lot of building to do, so we're not trying to get too high. We don't want to get too low, so we're just trying to keep tunnel vision and keep the path going.
Brian?
Yeah, Gio, the first possession of both these games has been awesome for you guys. Is there something you guys are scripting on that first series or something that's happening before maybe the other team can make some adjustments? But it seems like the first drive has been great in both games.
Yeah, I just feel like our staff does a great job, preparing for the game, preparing throughout the week for our openers. And overall, I just think both weeks just shows that we had a good, start to the game.
We got time for 2 more. We're going to Jeremiah and then Michael. The microphone's coming to you right now. So we got Jeremiah here in the front, and then we'll end with Michael.
Yeah, this one's for Gavin. Gavin, what did you like particularly today about the, drive to drive consistency from a defensive standpoint? There weren't as many, lapses in coverage, compared to last year. What did you like more about the drive to drive consistency?
I feel like everything that we worked on, the preparation throughout the week, like I said before, being better situationally on third down. We got to get off the field on third down, being more fundamentally sound whenever it comes to our man-to-man techniques or our zone techniques, making sure that we are doing what we got to do when we're on the field. So I feel like just bringing that throughout the week, everybody was locked in, and then just bringing it to the game today.
And last one for Michael.
This one is for either of y'all. On Monday, you guys were in front of a huge crowd at home against TCU. This time you guys are on the reverse side of that. Charlotte's biggest crowd ever at this stadium, and you guys were spoiling the party this time. Did it feel almost freeing to be in front of a hostile environment like that and get to, play the opposite side of what happened on Monday?
Well, I'll take that one. This is actually my third time playing in Charlotte. I was at Maryland for my first year whenever we played here, and then ECU last year. So I was trying to tell the guys about what it was going to be like. The student section right behind us, don't think that just because we're going to Charlotte, a small school, they're not going to be right in our ear the same way that they would be. But honestly, I feel like not being too much worried about the crowd noise, and honestly, whenever you're on the field, you want to be as locked in as you can on what your assignment is, what your alignment is, and what your technique's got to be. So just trying to tell those guys and everybody on the sideline, tune that out. It doesn't really matter. We came here to play ball, so we don't need to get affected in any of that.
All right, that's all we have time for. Thanks so much, everybody.
Appreciate it, guys.
Joe.